You know, the crazy part was just before that fish, I was literally like cursing the water. I was like, damn fish, never where they're supposed to be. All right, Warrior Gang, a very rare occasion for me the past year or so. I've been on my B game or my C game, not my A game, meaning I don't wake up early, I don't get out enough, the whole 9 yards. So I'm trying to make 2021 a different year, a prosperous year. I have good feelings about it, but it really hasn't lived up to my expectations. You know, whatever those were. They were big fish and lots of them. Hasn't happened yet. I got an egg in my tooth. Anyway, we're out here on Ricky Jorge, Rocky Gorge. Fill that thing with concrete, the oh so infamous reservoir here in Laurel, Maryland, and I'm here, like I said, very early. As you can see, it's not even light out yet, and I want to make the most of that time instead of talking to you and throw the cicada. All right, so let's start throwing that around these points and see if we can't get an early morning topwater blow up, and then we're gonna move to the crankbaits, of course. Don't know what the fish are doing. Water temp is 64, should be very ripe. Let's go. Oh, let's start out with a backlash, of course. Maybe you should set your brakes, ding dong. God, I am so addicted to the crankbait. I want that topwater bite so bad, but I also want to try this custom that I painted a little while back. All right, so just to fill you guys in on what I've been doing, I've been alternating between this ginormous bomber square bill, you know, this guy right here that I just took off to put on a spinning setup instead. And now I'm working this, what is it, caribou hair jig, chatterbait with a fluke tail. Just a little shad rendition, because I've seen some fish up top chasing shad. Don't want anything to do with my, yeah, there's one back there. Don't want anything to do with my spook, but that's okay. In due time, you will come to daddy. Of this, I am sure. Come on. Putting it in the right spots. Sometimes it's not enough. Bro, right when I said that, this is not a bass. Wow, that can't be a bass. Oh, it's pulling the yak. What is that? Oh my God. Do you guys? Wow. 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 What is that? It's gotta be a muskie or a striper. Oh my God. Bro, I know you guys see this. I know you guys see this. Wow. Come on, let me just see you. Let me just see you. What the f? I'm in 33 feet. This fish has me just manhandled. You gotta come up, honey. What the fuck is this? All right, I wanna stay back off the shoreline. I can't. Oh, that's a big striper. Oh, it's a giant striper. Look at that fish. Oh, this is great. This will be my biggest striper ever. This is huge. Come on. Come on, no. Come on, come here, come here. No, come here. No. Come here. No. Come on. Oh, that's huge. He's huge. Come here. Come here, mama. No. Come here. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my. Oh, bro. Oh my. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh. 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 Oh, you're so pretty and scary at the same time. Look at that thing. Dudes. Oh my God. I gotta get pictures. I gotta get pictures. On the hair chatter. On the hair chatter. Wow. All right, be nice. Look at this fish. It's huge. I want to get the weight, but I want to let it go. 12.5. 12.5. All right. All right, baby. Get her revived. Are you tired? You're free. You free. You free. She gone. Just like that. Oh. I mean, that's a heavy fish. Day made. Day made. That's for you, Steve Fisher. That's for you, brother. Never caught a striper with that man. That's my mentor. If you guys watch the channel, you know that by now. That's for you, bro. He would be like, he'd be shitting his pants. I knew I picked this up for a reason, the little hair jig. And let me tell you something really crazy about that catch. I had this weird feeling, like I never really varied the retrieve on the hair jig chatter, on a chatterbait period. I don't really like stop it, pop it, drop it, whatever. I don't ever really do any of that stuff. And then on this particular retrieve, I had this weird like sense. I was like, just drop that thing one time, just drop it and then pick it back up. So I let it come out into a little bit deeper water, like 8 or 9 feet from like 4. And then I just let it drop and picked it back up. And as soon as I did that, that fish was whacked it and ran hard. You really can't top that in a day. So we can get like a nice bass, largemouth. The day will be incredible. It's already fantastic with that fish, but see if we can get a green one. That's a whole different kind of fight right there. Warrior gang. Warrior gang. Woohoo. Well, had one pop on it. Missed the opportunity. Well, once you miss them on the spook or the vixen type bait, Sammy, you're pretty much done for, buddy. Just gonna keep moving on to the next tree. They seem to like the topwater baits in this reservoir, very particularly off of wood. Bro. This fish smashed it. This fish absolutely jammed it. Yeah. That right there is my custom cicada, baby. Jammed it. Pound for pound, Rocky has some of the hardest fighting largemouth I've ever seen. For sure. Absolute factual. Bye, baby. See ya. I twitched it like 2 times, finished a couple bites of my quesadilla, and then like I hear, I'm like, oh my God. I like, you know, dropped what I was doing and reeled in the slack and set the hook on that fish. Probably a nice, like, just a hair under 2 pounds. Fights like a 3.5. Great fish. A lot of these fish are just posted up, like real shallow on wood. And that one was hanging off of this big boulder, this big rock face. The way the fish came at this bait was like it charged it. Very cool stuff. I mean, there's no bite like a topwater bite. That's why I didn't give up on it yet. I was like, there is some interest in it. You know, there's fish that are like coming up and sniffing it, but they're not crushing it. And then that fish, you know, I was like, there's bound to be a fish or two that will crush it. So I kept it on. Yeah, oh yeah, very feisty. Very feisty. I had a feeling something would be up there. Number 3, all keepers so far. You got Pierce, mama. Look at that thing. Beautiful bait. I love that thing. Chunky gorge fish. Let me get the hairs out of your mouth, honey. There you go. Bye, baby. But I had this thought to come back in these little pockets because the other side of the lake is a lot. It's just super deep on average, right? And you got these vertical rock walls. And all the fish were hanging outside of the main pockets or up in those shallow pockets off of that main vertical rock. So, but they weren't back in the creeks all the way. So my thinking is today these fish are going to be on the primary pockets and not all the way back up in, but towards the mouth of them. So that's where this fish came. You can see right there is the main lake, and then right here is where that fish was, right off the main lake, but not quite back in these creeks, not quite back all the way in there. We're gonna pull out the almighty weightless Fluke. We're gonna throw that on a straight shank. Gamakatsu, of course. Arkansas shiner color, my favorite. All natural colors. Would you like to play Mr. Bass today? I think the answer is yes. First cast. Oh, and the partner's with him. The female is following this male to the boat as it's getting caught. That's incredible. First cast. I knew I just had to put the right thing in front of them because these fish are up here. Oh yeah. That female was with her man. She was down to ride. That's a keeper, buddy. You better keep that. That's wifey. Now with this kind of fishing, I'm watching my line. All right, there's one right here. I don't know if I caught him and he went right back to his bed, but there's one right here. That's another thing about spawn fishing or sight fishing. If you know they can't be caught, you know. Like when you've been doing this long enough, you know they're just not catchable sometimes. When you know that, don't waste your time. It's hard to explain, but the fish today, like you can't really see them first. You gotta like just assume they're there based on what you've done for the beginning of the day, make your casts calculated and hope for the best, and usually they're there. But if you come up on them and you see them, doesn't seem like it's working. Those are some big bass, baby. Those are some big fish. Sight fishing a couple of giants. God, there are some giants up here. Like 6s. Yeah. Oh man, that's that persistence right there. Look at that beautiful spawner. That is persistence, man. You've really got to hit them at the perfect angle. Come on, I know you want to take me for a ride. Literally, these fish today have taken me for a ride. Look, I was over there, now I'm over here. All right, that's what I mean. When I say they are so strong. Oh yeah, you're a nice one. All right. Come on. I mean, pound for pound, strongest largies around. Here we go, on the Fluke. Classic, unbeatable. Now this was not the biggest one in there. There's about 4 of them I've seen. Yes, sir. You're good. The bed's that way. I hope they make it back to their beds. I hate that. Love catching them. I don't like displacing them. Not as bad as, you know, tournament stuff where you bring the fish all the way down the lake. So I have faith. It's right here. It's 10 yards that way. She'll be all right. All right. You know, overall, it has not been an easy day. I was going to make this video just like the striper, maybe that first largemouth catch, and then that was it. I didn't think we'd catch anything else because it's been very dormant. I traveled a good ways up the lake just to investigate what was going on, and I just had this feeling. I was like, you know, I put my logic and the facts of the day together along with my gut feelings about how these fish are acting right now based on my prior experiences here. This time of year, and essentially came to the conclusion that they should be on, you know, sandy rocky banks spawning and nowhere else. And that's exactly the case. You know, anywhere there's just a perfect sandy rocky bottom in a pocket just off the main lake, you can almost guarantee there's some big fish in there doing their thing. They're a little bit later this year than they usually are, so a lot of people are skipping over them. But they're back here. So I'm gonna see if I can get like one more. I mean, if I can get one more, it'd be amazing. It'd be a great blessing because they're so hard to catch. When they're in that reproductive mode, I mean, you know how humans are when they're in their reproductive mode. So imagine the fish get to do it one time a year. What are you gonna do? Eat? Or, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times they choose to reproduce, which they should. Guarantees the survival of the population. So first fish was the striper on the chatterbait. And then I switched it up to a custom spook slash Sammy. That's 2. Then I moved across the lake and I got one on a chatterbait on the outside of a point. Then I got my 4th fish on a weightless fluke in the same cove. Then I traveled even further up lake to no avail and decided to come back this way. Then I just got my 5th on the fluke. So there you go. Wow.